Apagender pride. Gender apathetic or apagender is the lack of gender identity. Not the gender identity of not identifying with a gender, but still caring about this lack of identification. They are generally fine passing off as whatever gender they are perceived, and do not have a particular opinion towards their own gender. It can also be described as not knowing or not caring about gender, either as an internal identity, an external label, or both. Similar to unlabeled, some people who have these similar qualities don't want to be labeled and just want to exist. And that is perfectly valid too. This label, as with any other label, is purely for those who choose to identify as such. No one should ever be forced into an identity box, but for some, having a community with which to identify is ideal. As always, these are just the definitions I have come across, and any other description someone may have is equally as valid. Happy Pride!
I would love to. So the first thing I want to say is I think that there are some people who interpret gender apathy differently than I do. I think there's a big difference between I'm a girl, but I don't care, and I don't know what I am because I don't care. I think there are a ton of cisgendered people who don't necessarily care that they are a gender, but they still are that gender. And you have the gender apathetic people who are like, I'm neither because I don't care. That is not ignoring the non-binary people who do care, because there are people who don't fit into the binary, but they do care. If somebody doesn't fit into the binary and you misgender them, it can create a sense of dysphoria, whereas the gender apathetic people, it's kind of hard to misgender because we don't care. So many moons ago, I posted a video where I asked the world at large what it meant to feel your gender. If somebody says, I've always felt like a girl, that's cool, I believe you, but what does that mean? That's a very difficult question to pose to anybody, because how does somebody know what it feels like to be a girl? Not invalidating that they are feeling like a girl, it's just hard to put into words. So somebody posed an exercise where they asked me how I would feel if I woke up tomorrow in a man's body. Like any rational person, I would wonder what witch I pissed off and why. But they told me to move past that and to figure out how I would feel being in the man's body. And the answer was a little curious, maybe a little excited to try out something new, but overall I'd still feel like me. And they said, cool, so that's how you feel. You're like, it's okay, whatever. But then suddenly, several months later, you were put back into your original body. How do you feel? The answer was largely the same. I would be less curious about my body because I've been here before, but I wouldn't exactly feel happy. I would just be like, my gender does not give me euphoria or dysphoria. It just is. Either way, I'm Robin. Now, growing up as a girl, there are two reasons that people would mistake me for a man. One is my name. I think that most people know Robins, and those Robins tend to be girls, but there are certainly men named Robin. And if you've never met me in real life, you've never seen me, you never heard me on the phone, then yeah, you could think I was a man. And it happened a lot. There were many a times of, oh, I thought you would be a boy. And the second one is my voice. I know that's crazy, but hear me out. Apparently my voice is neither feminine nor masculine, and so people tend to hear what they want. And so if somebody immediately assumes that I'm a man and then they hear my voice, it may sound a little high-pitched, but they'll be like, that's a boy's voice. And then of course there's the moments when I'm less guarded. So like when I first wake up, or if I'm really sleepy, then my voice tends to lower. I think a lot of women deal with this. Like we have these high-pitched voices, but when we're less guarded, it tends to go lower. And patriarchy. So this is my voice when I first wake up. This is an unguarded, I'm just speaking. I kind of speak in a low, slower cadence. This is my voice. And there are a lot of people who, if they were to hear this voice on the phone, would assume that I am masculine and therefore a man. That being said, I don't care. It did not hurt my feelings. Are you a boy? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I am very aware that I am perceived as a woman, and therefore I go through all of the struggles that women go through, and I feel a very strong kinship to other women because of that. I cannot express to you how little I care about my gender. If I do something that's traditionally masculine, I don't care if you see me as a girl doing the traditionally masculine thing, or if you see me as one of the guys. I don't care. I don't care if I'm doing traditionally feminine things and you just see me as one of the girlies. Like, I don't care. So I don't tend to care about the words that are used for myself. It's the word that's used for the activity. If I were to hold the door open for you, that is seen as a traditionally masculine thing to do, and therefore it's gentlemanly. So I'm cool with saying, look at me being a gentleman. Or if I'm at a tea party and I'm doing the pinky out, then I'm like, I am such a lady. And I feel neither euphoria or dysphoria based around those being gender. gendered because I just don't care. Please remember that just because this is how I feel is not how all gender apathetic people feel. In fact, I would love to hear what other people feel like. All I know is that somebody said it sounds like you're gender apathetic, and that felt very right to me. I hope this helps.
Are you a boy?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you were a girl!
Yeah.
Are you neither?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you? I'm introducing a new gender alignment called gender apathetic. I don't care how you perceive me, I don't care how you refer to me. Pronouns, anything goes. I exist out of spite and to make cis people upset when they look me up and down and go, "You'll never be a real boy." And I'll go, "Yeah, I know, because I'm a girl."
The next flag in my flag definition series actually has two different names. And on my website, I have it down as Apagender, but some people may know it as gender apathetic. So apagender is when a person really doesn't identify nor care about any particular gender. They are fine passing off as whatever and do not have any opinion towards their own gender. This is different than agender in that they do recognise that they have a gender, they just don't particularly identify with it nor care for it. If this is your flag, let me know in the comments and make sure you follow and come back tomorrow for the next flag in the series.
Hey, it's my favorite mentally ill baddie who feels like gender and sexuality are just the performance.
So speaking as a cis woman who is A, autistic, and B, gender apathetic, is gender apathy an autism thing? Like, I want to know, I'm really curious.
Ow! Fuck! Ugh! Why is my lower stomach hurting?
Am I a fucking joke to you?
Oh shit, I forgot you were there.
Interesting.
Ah!
So I had a conversation with some of our students recently, and I realized something that I didn't expect, and so I want to ask people about this. I am a cis woman, and I identify that way because I was assigned female at birth, and I'm alright with that. I'm a woman. I am also what I call gender apathetic. I genuinely don't care. Only for myself, mind you. Like if tomorrow I kept my mind, but I was given a complete physical blank slate, I was told to choose gender, I wouldn't care. I would probably choose by convenience. Like I'm a woman, I identify as a woman, but I do recognize that, frankly, men have it a lot more convenient a lot of the time. On the other hand, it's socially acceptable for women to wear bright colors and makeup, and that's pretty cool. Like, I don't feel any sort of attachment to it. Is this a thing for a lot of people? Is this unusual? Is this an autistic person thing? Like, do y'all have any thoughts on this? Because I'm genuinely curious. And they seemed really surprised. Like, they were like, nah, I would definitely stick with my current gender. And I'm like, toss a coin? Like, I am a woman. I'm definitely cis, but I also just don't care.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
I'm introducing a new gender alignment called gender apathetic. I don't care how you perceive me, I don't care how you refer to me. Pronouns, anything goes. I exist out of spite and to make cis people upset when they look me up and down and go, "You'll never be a real boy." And I'll go, "Yeah, I know."
New gender update, fellas.
I am now.
Apagender.
Gender, also known as gender apathetic, is a type of gender identity in which a person does not mind what gender they are, which pronouns are used to refer to is not the same as being a gender.
Fucked up as she said, "Jay, where you been at?" On the road, but I just got back. Still fly than a bitch, and your boyfriend, well, he just not that. And I don't know how to behave. I'ma tell her be safe. I don't need a pussy, I'ma tell her be safe. I got God with me and he's telling me things. I wanna see some ass. I wanna see some ass. Baby, can you do it like that? From the front to the back. She said I don't wanna move too fast till she hit that gas. So rockin' the puff puff pass. Now the whole squad getting fucked up as. Ooh, I'm just trying to see some. I ain't gotta say it cause they know where we from. I got some money at the ATM, but I'm gonna keep some. Strip club, pre-cum, all for the liquor, fell in love with a stripper. Now I'm asking her where she from, as if we gon' be some.